need some competition out here. Come on.
The other they have to do that. Our people don't.
What's going on? Is it that I know the COVID hit? That's there, but I've got stuff done through the court through COVID. You've got stuff done. Other people have got stuff done. This is a murder. Man. You can't get a murder done?
I don't know.
It's crazy.
Speaking on that, Lil Durk, I don't know if you heard that to transition a little bit.
Right.
Lil Durk, in one of his lyrics, he was saying that if I fart, you're gonna smell lean and perks.
Damn, that's what he said.
Yeah, and the shit was funny, but it was like, damn, and I don't deny it. I think he's telling the truth, as disgusting as that is. But then talk about that and just kind of right back to the drug use. This Lil Durk, somebody that was out in Chicago, looked at kind of like as the dude right now in hip hop when it comes to that shit. And
right.
Him saying that and him still being in that lifestyle. What do you think about that?
You know, my thing's like this. He ain't no youngin' like at this point.
Yeah, grown man.
Yeah, he grown as shit. He damn near 30, I think, if not 30-something years old. Oh. You know what I mean? Yeah, Durk's an older cat.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, Durk's he got to be at least 28. Look it up, Rook. He got to at least be 28, 29.
Wow.
He ain't one of them young cats. You know what I mean? If I'm wrong, you know, I'll stand corrected. You know, on that. But his music is toxic, dog. Let's just call a spade a spade. I don't dislike Durk. I think, you know,
almost 30.
Almost 30, right? He could be a cool dude at some times. I think he's a good guy, good head on the shoulders. But his music is toxic as hell, bro. It just is what it is. You ever got a chance to listen to his music? A lot of dudes is like that coming up. He's talking about killing, murdering, you know, putting hits on motherfuckers. You know, like you said, lean, drugs, and maybe, like I said, we got to give him a chance to, you know, get out that. But this is something that I think, in my opinion, he's living by. And I'll just leave it there. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he changes his life and moves out. But look, people around him dying crazy. See, a lot of people ain't gonna want to talk like this because they, you know, they want to get him on the show and things like that.
We would love Durk on the show.
We would love to have him on, but it's like, you know, we would ask him or tell him the same thing. We ain't gonna be aggressive with him, but like, what do you think about your message and how it's affecting, you know, the young kids? And I'm sure he'll probably have an explanation and, you know, and sit up there and just say, you know, whatever. And then a lot of these guys I know were born into that environment, and it's one of those things where it's not like it's easy for you to do. But at this point, dog, you're a multimillionaire. Now it's time to make the transition, you know, out of that lifestyle and out of something different. But again, not trying to be too, you know, like we try to judge people too much, but let's just call a spade a spade. Ain't nothing good about his music, bro.
And you know what? And that's not the fun part about what we do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then nothing fun about calling out a brother who's talented, who has the voice of the young. You know what I mean? My son liked to listen to him. I had to cut some of them chords off because as he's transitioning into high school, this day and age, I'm like, nah, dog, you gotta chill on certain things, bro. I knew, and we had music that influenced us, and some of the music that I remember word for word forever weren't the greatest of the messages. Now that I break down the bars,
You wasn't going out there and doing it, though.
I wasn't going out there and doing it.
Right.
And the shit that I was listening to, they weren't promoting something. You could tell that there was pain or problem behind it. And when I listen to I fart and I smell lean or perks, am I hearing like somebody talking about a problem, or is this something glorified? When I watch the style, is it glorifying, or is it something that he's talking and painting a picture of? I really don't know. And that's something that, and this is why we like what we do, love what we do, because we have the power to have conversations across from these brothers and sisters to be able to ask these things, not from a piece of shit place, but from a concerned, real place to understand where their mindset and where they're coming from. Because like you say, man, like the message is toxic. Unfortunately, it is what it is. When we called out, when we first got going in this shit, man, in that dirty backyard and them ugly ass chairs, we called out Future. Future's one of the most like, top selling artists out here, one of the most talented artists out here. But the message, unfortunately, wasn't the right one. And we ain't out here trying to be saints, like you said, call people out to point fingers. Right. But there's a difference between painting a picture on what you're going through and glamorizing something for somebody else to do. That's where we got to draw the line.
And you know what? And that's the beauty of the art form too, because like you could be doing either one. And if you're doing the latter, if you're glorifying it, then just know that you're having an effect on someone. Like now I can go listen to the most ignorant rapper talking about killing people and all of that, and I'm just cooling. I'm sitting there and I'm loving it, you know, the beats and whatnot and the music, and You know, you vibing to it, but I'm not in my mind. Am I thinking about going to do anything that they're saying because we've been through that point? But as opposed to a kid that's impressionable, a kid that may not have his father, may not have a lot of male role models and not, positive people that he can look up to. He may just be free with these different influences in his ears, watching rappers and basketball players and shit like that. He's going to be influenced.
Yeah.
But then if it's in his environment and then he got people around, like he might have the choice either to go to school or to go hang out with his friends. And what's more enticing right now? My niggas got weed. They got the bitches over there. Boom with the bottle over there.
They got a couple 100,000 subscribers.
Right. They chilling. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to hang with them as opposed to getting your book straight, learning something. And then by the time you hitting 18, 19, 20 years old, you hitting the ground running a trade, a business, or going to college. Now you out selling crack, selling dope, selling different things like that, in and out of jail. Next thing you know, your life is gone, or you locked up for a long time, and you got to spend more time. So, I know it seems like an extreme what I just said, but it all has to be taken into account, and we gotta call out the real. We ain't saying throwing Durk away because he could make a transition 4 or 5 years from now, and then you know what I'm saying. But for right now, a spade is a spade. He ain't the only one. It's a lot more of them that's completely toxic, in the community.